Alright, so we're doing this. No intro needed, no cute, bubbly disposition, just a blush declutter. I don't think I'm emotionally prepared for this, but we're gonna do our best. And I have my support animal here ready in case things get difficult. So you guys shamed me into doing my blush declutter, and that's what we're here to do today. We're gonna do a blush declutter, which means this video is gonna be probably 6.5 hours long. There might be some tears involved, and there might be some difficulties that we're gonna face together. But I can't imagine going through this with anyone else other than you guys. So should we do this? And of course, the usual decluttering disclaimer. Just because I'm getting rid of it doesn't mean I don't like it. Doesn't mean I lied about liking it. It doesn't mean that it sucks. It simply means it just doesn't have a place in my life anymore. It means I have something that's very similar. It means that I just don't feel like keeping it anymore. It means that I have had it for too long and it's either expired or just don't reach for it. It could mean a lot of things. Just it's not gonna live here anymore. So, I'm a little nervous, you guys. So you guys seem to like this angle when I do my declutters, and decluttering blush means boom, boom, and boom. Not completely, so it's just these two lower things here, this whole thing here, and then this whole cubby right here. Let's just get into it. We're gonna start from the back because I feel like this would be the easiest part. I have a large two-drawer Muji case here, where I have mostly drugstore. Actually, I think they're all drugstore. So let's just, let's attack this, shall we? So we have two blushes from NYX, which I don't remember the last time I used these. We have Summer Peach and Bourgeois Pig. These are two really popular NYX blushes, and I'm conflicted when it comes down to these types of drugstore blushes because they're popular and they're pretty. I just don't use them. And so I feel like the purpose of a declutter is to have purpose, you know? So even if they're awesome, the thing is that because I'm a vlogger, I say things like, oh, that blush reminds me of Bourgeois Pig, and then I don't have it anymore to verify. So I'm gonna put Bourgeois Pig in the maybe pile, and then I'm gonna put Summer Peach in the pass on pile. Then I have a few randos. This is a Sonia Kashuk blush in the color Sunset. This was actually a very popular YouTube product for a long time. I just don't remember using it that often, and it kind of reminds me of one of my favorites from MAC, which I would never get rid of. I think it's called Immortal Flower. I don't know how similar it is, but I have enough peach ones, so that's gonna go in the pass on pile. This is a blush from Smashbox. I don't remember how it made it through. I don't remember ever using it. I don't remember if it was ever in like a favorites or something, but I don't even see these blushes out anymore. It's a swivel bottom blush, so it has the mirror that comes out, and this is in the shade Paradise. Really pretty pink, but I do remember it not being that pigmented, so I don't know why it made it past this. There is a blush from CoverGirl. This is Soft Mink. This is a very popular drugstore product. It's kind of one of those things that people have used for years and years and years. It even has that like Noxzema smell. Do you guys remember when CoverGirl products used to come in that like green packaging? It has that scent to it. Really pretty pink blush, but I mean, I've had it for a long time and I just don't use it. But I don't know if I don't use it because it's in that like dark corner over there. Can you even see it? I mean, I am a little tan right now. So maybe it's not, maybe I shouldn't keep it because I'm tan and it doesn't show up. Anyway, I'm passing that on. I just feel like when blushes are hidden away and forgotten, it's like, what's the point in keeping them? This is a blush from Galactic. This is Melon. This was in my monthly favorites when I started my channel a very long time ago. It actually came in a Wantable. Wantable was a subscription box that I used to get, and I was so obsessed with that subscription box. That's when I first heard about Galactic. Such a beautiful mauvey pink blush. So we're keeping that. And then this is from Stila. It's called Pink Glow. I was in love with this blush too for a very long time. This one kind of started my obsession with like those highlighter type blushes. Really pretty blush, and I like the fact that you can lighten it or deepen it because it has two halves. So I kind of want to keep this. I haven't used it probably in 2 years, maybe more, but we're keeping it because hoarder status. So that empties out the bottom drawer. Then we have the top drawer, and this has my collection of Master Highlight blushes from Maybelline. I'm sorry if you're having trouble hearing me back here. But, so I have 5 of the Master Highlight blushes from Maybelline. These blushes are absolutely amazing. But with that said, of all of these, I only use one of them. So I don't know if it comes in more colors. This is one of those products that they design in limited edition shades. So the first one is the Mauve. It's one of those products that is like quilted or mosaic type, and so you swirl your brush around in there and get a really good combo. But mauve has always been too dark for me, and it's too dark because I don't know when to put my brush down. So if you have self-control when it comes to blush application, self-control doesn't live here. I'm sorry, but self-control missed the memo and just does not live in my life. So this one always ends up looking like a bruise on my face. Beautiful shade if you have self-control or medium to deeper skin tone. This one here I think is Illuminati. Oh, I don't remember this one. Was this like a highlighter? Yeah, this is Illuminati. I want to say this was limited edition. It's kind of like one of those that's like a blush slash highlighter. I don't remember using this, so we're passing that on. Then we have Pink Rose. Pink Rose, let's see what we got going on here. Actually, that's really pretty. So this is Pink Rose, kind of nice. I think I'm gonna hold on to it just because winter's here and it gives you that really beautiful pink glow. Like, what is that? Like, when you're outside in the cold and you get like the Santa Claus nose. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, right? You know, does that bother you guys when I get that close? Then we have Nude, and Nude, I don't know why I ever got Nude. I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? Like, really, is it a highlighter? Is it a blush? Is it both? Is it neither? I don't know, but I just don't use it. And then my favorite one, if you guys get one of these products, and this one was in, I almost dropped it. Did you see that? This one was in my favorites for a few months. This is in the shade Coral. Such a beautiful color. You can see how much I've used it. Great, it's amazing. I need to like move it up closer so that I actually remember to use it. But the highlight, Master Highlight in Coral, you need it in your lives. Then we have 3 more in here. And now that I see this one, I actually see this other one. So my favorite blush of all time for years and years was Rimmel Santa Rose. They discontinued it, sort of. You can still find it, I think, in Europe, maybe Mexico, but it's really, really hard to find unless you buy it online. So I actually lost my original one, and I got an additional one, I think, on eBay. And so when I thought I had lost Santa Rose, I opened my backup, and so now I have 2. Now you would say, well, Dani, you have 2, you're gonna declutter 1, obviously. No, I'm not, because I told you it's hard to find. So Santa Rose, if you guys have the opportunity to check it out, it's a really great blush. It's one of those blushes that's like the everyday blush. You could wear it literally every day with any color of eyeshadow because it's just a really natural, beautiful pink. Then we have a butter blush from Physicians Formula. That's one of the ones in the super cool packaging. This is in the shade Vintage Rouge, or Rouge Vintage. That's literally what it says on the back. I like this. But again, it's like one of those very, very neutral. I have so many of them already. So I think I would probably, someone else would get a better use out of this. Like a friend of mine or my sister-in-law or something. Beautiful, everyday neutral. But again, forget to use it because I already have my favorite everyday blushes, you know? Then I have a blush from Malley. This is Perfect Peach. Literally perfect peach. But again, if you don't have self-control with a product like this, you end up wearing way too much of it because it's a very soft powder product. So it blends out nicely. It's very soft. So it's easy to use. It's right here. Very easy to use, but you do have to be careful because it's soft. It's kind of soft like Lorac shadows. So just the lightest tap and then you're like, whoa, that's peach. So I kind of want to keep it. It might be my training wheels to self-control. Who are we kidding? That doesn't live here. So we got the back cubby squared away. Now let's move on to the middle cubby. In here we have a very important section, and this is where you're going to learn how my blush hoarding skills are those above and beyond. Listen, there's no quitters here. If I'm gonna be a blush hoarder, I'm gonna be a very good blush hoarder because that's just my work ethic. So I actually have several products here that are brand new, never opened. Literally, I haven't even opened to look inside of the packaging. So we have the Cheek-a-thon palette from Benefit. This is a limited edition palette. It has 6 products in it. It's never been, actually 5 products, right? 5 in a brush. I think it's 5 in a brush. Yeah, clearly, 5 in a blush. Dani, learn how to count. We have that. We have the Cheek Parade, which has, again, 5 products and a blush. Never been opened. And then we have the Love Flush palette from Too Faced. This has all 6 of the, what are they called? Sweetheart blushes? Love Flush blushes. It has all 6 of them in here in fun size. Never been touched. Why hasn't this ever been touched? Why have these never been touched? Because I have them individually in here somewhere and they actually get used. So these are going in a giveaway pile. Would that be weird? I mean, they've never been opened, ever. Well, maybe this one because I just flashed you guys with it. But I mean, it's never been, maybe? No? Okay, we're passing these on. I have 2 here, but I think, I actually don't even remember purchasing this. I don't get Tarte PR, so I know if there's Tarte anything, I bought it. But I don't remember buying it. Maybe it was one of those like blackout hauls. Yeah, this is brand new, you guys. Literally brand new, never been used or swatched or anything. So we definitely need to have, we should call it like a Shame Dani blush purge giveaway or something like that, right? So the Tarte's blush palette, passing that on. Clearly, since I don't even remember buying it, which means in my heart I never actually desired it. Oh, Dani. And then I have the Tarte High Performance Works of Tarte Holiday 2016. So last year's Tarte blush palette. Cute little disc like this. And was this ever used? I don't think I ever used this. You guys, this has never been used. This has also never been used. What is wrong with me? Oh, I think I need to turn the camera off right now and go repent. This is another product that I haven't used. All right, so if I've never used it in a year, we should probably find it a new home, right? I mean, that's the only reasonable explanation, or force myself to use it. What should I do? So let's start at the bottom drawer. These are all the Becca Luminous blushes. You guys know how I feel about blushes that have sort of like a highlighter twist to them. Like if they make my cheeks look like I swallowed like 3 gallons of diamonds and just this whole area of my face glows, I kind of need it in my life. So this is Tigerlily. It's my favorite out of all of them. This one here is Blushed Copper, which is brand new. I think I swatched it, but I've never actually used it. And I don't presume I ever will because it's way too deep for me. So I'm gonna put that in the pass on pile. This is Dalia. And Dalia, again, is way too intense for me. But this one I don't think has ever been used. But since I'm not sure and I don't have the original packaging, I'm just gonna put that in my pass on pile, which I let my friends shop through. And then, let's see. This is Fox Glove. This one I think was in my favorites a few times. This is a really beautiful cool tone pink. It's really great for the winter. Beautiful, beautiful shade. Then we have Snapdragon. I know Snapdragon for sure was in a favorites. It was in the summer though, I believe, because it's a really beautiful sort of like a tropical coral. Then I have Becca Camellia, and just by seeing how dirty this packaging is, pretty sure I loved it a lot. Yeah, look at that. Nice, beautiful pink. Doesn't that kind of look like Snapdragon, was it? No, it looks like foxglove, I feel. Let's see. These look kind of similar, don't they? So Camellia is on the right and foxglove is on the left. What is the difference? What is the difference? I feel like I'm getting hosed right now. I feel a little bamboozled. These are the two pink blushes. What do we think? That's kind of too similar for my own good. Right? I'm very confused, you guys. What do I do? Oh man. Which one's prettier? Okay, we're gonna have to revisit this later because I feel like I'm wasting too much time, but they are very, very similar. All right, I had to turn the camera off to do some further investigation, and I settled on keeping foxglove, which means I'm passing on Camellia. I felt like Camellia was a little bit too, what's the word, like blasé, like just basic glowy pink, whereas foxglove has a little bit of a kick to it. It has more of like a tropical tone to it, if that makes any sense. Look how many times I swatched it. I just wasn't sure. So I wanted to be sure. Like, this is a decision. This is a very important decision on which blush I'm keeping, you guys. Okay, then we have one from IT Cosmetics, and this is the CC Plus Radiance Ombre Blush. You can tell it was swatched once and then it never was actually used. I know this because it's a smear as opposed to some prickly points. You know, when you use your blush, like your blush brush, I don't know how you guys do it, but I'm like kind of aggressive with it. So I'll know, like, if a brush ever touched it, a brush never touched this. So bye-bye. Then we have Wish from Kat Von D. This was before she discontinued all her blushes, when they used to come in this little packaging here. And I don't remember where I got this blush. And someone actually shamed me into keeping this. Someone was like, I've been looking for that blush forever. It's discontinued. It's one of the best blushes ever. And I'm looking at it here and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of okay, but it's not really doing much for me. So we're gonna pass that on. And then I also have the Flower Beauty Peach Primrose. I kind of want to keep this blush because it's one of my favorite tones of like peachy orange blushes, and it's matte. And again, it kind of reminds me of Immortal Flower from MAC. And you guys know that Flower is more of an affordable drugstore brand and it's one of the healthier brands. So we're gonna keep this one and we're gonna pass on the Kat Von D. So that's one drawer. Then we have my Laura Geller drawer, and this is a drawer that I'm very passionate about because I love them so much. I just don't use them that much. Is that weird? We have this little guy here. This is the Just Blushing Trio Baked Blush palette or whatever. And I was so excited to buy this. I remember I was like super stoked because I was like, that is so pretty. Look at those lips in the middle, and it's such a pretty palette. I've never touched it. What? Crazy, right? Then we have 5 blushes, 5 of her Blush and Brighten blushes. And I actually purchased all of these during a 21 Days of Beauty. They were, I think, half off or more. So I was like, one of each, please. But I only end up using one of them a lot, and that is Pink Grapefruit. Pink Grapefruit is my absolute most favoriteest blush on the whole planet for fall and winter. It's the most beautiful, almost like satiny, shimmery mauve. Like, it looks stunning. It's on my middle finger right there. It's just one of the prettiest blushes ever. You can see it right there on the back of my hand. So we're definitely keeping that one. That one is never leaving my side. Then of all of these, let me show you guys what they look like. This is Pink Buttercream. Really classic, beautiful pink. I wish I remembered to use these because all of them are amazing. This is Honeysuckle, and you can tell I've never actually used this, but I think this would be a lot better for someone with medium to deeper skin tones. And since my tan is fading, then we have Peach Delight. Peach Delight is a really great color for summer. It's very, very, very bright. I'm gonna have to think about that one. And then we have Fruit Punch. This is Fruit Punch right here. It's a little too intense for my taste, so I'm definitely gonna pass on to that. So I think we'll keep Pink Grapefruit, and then, where is the other one? Pink Buttercream or Peach Delight? Ooh, I don't know, let's see. Here are Peach Delight and Pink Buttercream. Aren't those beautiful? I think I need to keep both, let's be honest. All right, so we settled on these 3 Laura Geller blushes. This one is Pink Grapefruit, Pink Buttercream, and Pink, no, I'm just kidding. I think this is Peach Delight. Oh, I have way too much fun to be sitting alone in a room alone. Did I say that? Alone. Alone in this room. Okay, another empty drawer. Then we have all of these Love Flush blushes. And if you guys haven't used these Love Flush blushes from Too Faced, you are seriously missing out on life. They are amazing. They're long wearing. They're very easy to blend out. And they are very, I hate to say shimmery because you automatically think like glitter on your face, and most people don't like that. Just, I'm like the only one that wants to look like a disco ball in this vicinity. But they have a very beautiful, like glowy radiant finish to them. So I do like all of them, even the most intense of intense, like this one here. You could tell it looks a little matte. I guess the finish is just a really gentle satin. Some of them are a little bit more shimmery than others, but I actually have 5. And I told you guys in the long palette one that there are 6 shades, and there are 6 shades in the collection. I honestly don't know which one I'm missing, but I'm missing one of them. But that's not gonna justify me ripping into that palette because I don't have one of these. And the reason that I have all of these is because I bought them again during Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty. The Love Flush blushes were half price. So I wanted to make sure that I had the whole collection because, again, we don't do anything in moderation here. So don't make me declutter those. And then this is a limited edition one that they came out with. It's called Funfetti. Never even swatched this guy. I just thought it was adorable and I needed to have it in my life. So I have it in my life. Ooh, it's actually really beautiful. It's one of my favorite types of peaches. Did you hear that like southern drawl come out? One of my favorite types right there. It's the very top one. It's like a really deep peach. That's really pretty. I don't know why I haven't busted it out, you guys. All right, so we're keeping that for sure, clearly because it's limited edition. Then I have this duo from Pixie, and this is called Peach Honey. This is a blush and highlighter duo. I feel like it's more of like a highlighter duo because even the blush side is highlighter-y. You know, and I already have 2 highlighters from Pixie that I love. They're right there on the bottom part. So I'm just not even gonna bother with this. We're definitely passing this sucker on. Then I have 2 Clinique blushes. And I don't have very many Clinique products in general. I mean, their lip liners, I have a ton of those because they're really good. Like their long wearing lip liners, awesome. 2 blushes from Clinique. The first one is the Sculptionary Cheek Contouring Palette in Defining Nudes. I liked this for a very long time. You guys can see like the little brush stabs in there. This is one of those blushes that you can kind of focus your brush on certain areas if you want to deepen it or lighten it. I would just swirl my brush in there because, again, we don't do moderation around here. But yeah, I think I want to keep it, actually. It's right there. It's that one. It's like, is it brown? Is it nude? Is it, I kind of like it. We're holding on to it. And then I also have Melon Pop. This was sold out for months. 4 months. When it came back into stock, I just like impulsively ordered it because I wanted it so bad. But the problem with this one is I love the color. It's one of my favorite types of peaches. It's beautiful. It's like, it's just a pop of color. You know, it's called Melon Pop. It's happy. It's pretty. You could wear it every day. It's more of like a spring summer color just because it's so like perky. But it's hard for me because, or I guess maybe it's a good thing, it's a hard formula, like it's stiff. That's what she said. It's a very hard blush. So I really have to get in there with my blush, like my blush brush, and kind of stab it. And it's like a lot of work. it's worth it, but it's a lot of work. So if you guys don't prefer like those stiffer formulas of powder products, you might not like this one. It's kind of a hard formula. Then we're gonna go into the Tarte section. So in the Tarte section, we have a bunch of blushes. And like I told you guys, just like with that Clinique Cheek Pop blush, these are also very stiff blushes. I like Tarte blushes because they stay on your face for the entirety of the day that you're wearing the blush. It doesn't move, it doesn't fade, it doesn't go anywhere, even if you have oily skin. So the formula is excellent. However, it is a stiffer formula of blushes. And over time, this happens. I don't know if you guys can tell. Like the pan wiggles in there. I don't know, that might annoy some of you guys. It certainly annoys me. This is the shade Buff. Buff is a color that I tried to love for a very long time because a lot of people like it. Again, it's one of those everyday, you don't want to think about blushes. It doesn't show up on my skin. And I'm not a tan girl at all. I mean, right now I'm tan, but I'm not tan in life. And it just doesn't show up. So we're going to pass on Buff. We also have another color, and this was in a holiday size. This is the shade Exposed. Exposed is a popular color. It's one of their best sellers, I believe. Really, really, really beautiful, kind of neutral shade, I would say. I feel like most blushes should be neutral because you don't want to compete with everything else on your face. It's right there. So we're keeping that. And I really love this size of Tarte blushes. I feel like you don't need any more, you know? This is one called Natural Beauty. And there ain't nothing natural about this bright cherry red blush, right? This is one of those that you just put on sparingly and hope that you had very good lighting when you did so. I don't have the patience to blend out certain blushes, this being one of them. These are two of my favorite Tarte blushes, Risqué and Dazzled. If you guys are looking for like must-have holy grail type shades of Tarte blushes, Dazzled and Risqué. This is Dazzled, this is Risqué. Beautiful everyday shades. One is better for like the colder months, one is better for the warmer months. I don't know why I classify blushes within season. Does anyone else do that, or am I just like overthinking it? Then I have Captivating, which is my favorite peach blush from Tarte. Really beautiful color, but I don't know if it's limited edition. Is this the one I'm thinking, or is it Celebrated? Celebrated or Captivating? Actually, no, I think Captivating is permanent. The one that I'm thinking about, and I think I might have it here somewhere. Let me look. Yeah, here we go. Celebrated. Celebrated, I think, was their limited edition, like 10th year anniversary color or something. I don't remember it being this pale. Do you see that on my middle finger? That is very, very pale. How would that even look? I've used it before. I mean, it has a ton of like brush. I think this is one of those products that I'm gonna have to try and use one more time before I can decide. Most of the time I can look at something and say I wanna keep it. Not all the time. Three more Tarte blushes, and then we're done with the Tarte drawer. The first one is Achiote, and this is my very first Tarte blush ever. So for sentimental reasons, just kidding, I actually really like it. We're holding on to that. I think my mom was actually the one that bought it for me. She discovered it, or she used it first, and then I bought it, something like that. This is Blushing Bride. Really beautiful, deep pink shade. You wanna use a light hand. I don't know anything about that, you guys, but I've heard that you should use a light hand. And then this one is from a holiday collection. It's called Memorable. Really beautiful, right here. It's a really beautiful satin finish, like mauvey pink. It's like a beautiful rose. I really like this blush. I don't think it's permanent, actually. It's called Memorable, but I'm definitely holding on to it because it's memorable. See what I did there? No? Is it cute a little bit? No, just no, not all right. So the Tarte drawer is empty. Now we're moving on to my fancy drawer, kind of. This is my NARS, Charlotte Tilbury, and then a couple of stragglers in there. We have two blushes from Bobbi Brown. This is Pale Pink. Pale Pink is actually a holy grail type blush that everyone swears by. I just never use it. I feel like in theory, I love cool pinks, like really cool pinks, almost like blue based pinks, but they don't look pretty on me. Like they don't like me back. And then I have Desert Rose, and Desert Rose was an impulse purchase at a CCO a few years ago. Lovely colors, both lovely colors. Bobbi Brown is an excellent brand. I mean, she's a god in her field. I just don't use them, so bye. Then my first and only Charlotte Tilbury blush is the Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop blusher in Love is the Drug. These are the famous, I'm not even gonna go there blushes that everyone's like, it looks like a, you know what I mean? You know where I'm going with this? I'm like, you guys, we're adults. Can we please just not talk about boobs? Such a beautiful color. I like it because you have the option to focus on the perimeter of the blush or focus on the middle, but if you swirl them all together, you get a really beautiful, like, deep pink, and they have that, like, really soft, satiny finish that just kind of smooths over your skin. So I love that. This one I'm keeping just because it's adorable. Literally, it has no purpose in my life, none whatsoever, except it's cute. You could probably guess what I'm going to show you guys right now, but this is the product. I've never swatched it, clearly. I've never done anything to this pink leopard blush from Too Faced. It's actually a bronzer, but the only reason we're keeping this is because it's adorable. I'm just throwing it out there, you guys. Like, I've always been honest with you. That's the only reason we're keeping that blush. Okay, then I don't know why this is in here because it's not a fancy one, but it's fancy in my eyes. I'm actually wearing it today. This is Rome Rose Glowy Powder from Pixie, and it's a blush that was designed in collaboration with another vlogger named Aspen Ovard. Really great product. I mean, when I don't want to think and I just want glowy pink cheeks, I reach for Rome Rose. It was in my monthly favorites a few months back. Then we have some from NARS, all of these from NARS. This is Silent Nude. It came out with some collection, I don't remember which one it was, and at that time I was just ranting and raving about how awesome it was because it's like, oh, if you're a beginner with blush, you can just go ham on this and just apply as much as you want. Right now, I could use this as like a setting powder because it does not show up or do anything for me. I don't want to hold on to it, even though it was a very popular limited edition collection. Speaking of that popular limited edition collection called Christopher Kane, they also came out with Starscape. No, your eyes are not fooling you. It's actually that intense. I don't know if the whole point of this collection was to like be like, psych, we're totally like trying to play a game on you because one doesn't show up and the other one shows up too much. Ha ha ha! It's a joke and Dani's gonna buy them both. Seriously, you guys, we are not keeping either one of these because they serve absolutely no purpose in my life. Two amazing NARS blushes, which everyone needs in their lives. You know what? I used to actually have NARS Deep Throat. The name, you guys, the name. It was one of my favorites and I can't find it anymore. It just absolutely 100% vanished out of my life. I have no idea where it is. But two beautiful, beautiful, amazing NARS products. I think Douce is discontinued, and then NARS Orgasm, clearly. Two of the best NARS products. So we're keeping those two. And then I have this little one here, and I'm pretty sure I want to say that I'm keeping this little one just because it's little. Like, I think it lives here and it inhabits this area because of its size. You know how I feel about tiny things. Not all tiny things, but cute little tiny things. Not all tiny things. This is in the shade Gulu. Actually, it's a really pretty color. I've never used it, but it's a really beautiful shade. I think this was one of those like birthday gifts or something from Sephora. But even if it was like a green blush, I would keep it because, like I said, look how little it is, so little. All right, you guys, it's only been like 4 hours and we just have one more cubby to go. So we emptied out these two. Now we're moving on to here, and here there's a couple of cream products in there that we're not even gonna deal with. So we'll just mainly focus on this top drawer and then these 3 racks that have my MAC collection. I hate to say collection. It sounds so gross, doesn't it? So the bottom drawer here is mostly Benefit, and then a few the balm. So the balm has really, really good blushes. We have 4, and I don't think I'm actually gonna get rid of any of them, but I would like to show them to you. We do have Down Boy, and Down Boy is a classic pink. Just a very classic, beautiful pink, good for the colder months when you want to do that like chilly face look. Then we have Hot Mama, and Hot Mama is said to be a dupe for NARS Orgasm. While it is similar, it has that like gold laced peach. I don't think it's a dupe. Then we have Cabana Boy, which is a, I don't know, like a mauvey pink. This is a great one for medium to deeper skin tones. And then we have Frat Boy, which is a very light peachy pink. Beautiful shades, not passing on any of those. Then I have Cindy Luminizer. I have actually purchased this twice and received it as PR for a 3rd time. And I tried to try it, and I've tried it 3 different occasions, or rather 3 times in my life, and I just can't make it work. It's just one of those things that I just can't, I don't get it. Is it a highlighter because it's too dark for one? Is it a blush because it's too light to be one? What is it? It doesn't understand. Like, it doesn't know. How am I supposed to know? So definitely not keeping that guy. These 2 products are actually really beautiful products, but I don't use them. I would highly recommend them, but I just don't use them myself. I forget to use them for some reason, and the packaging on one of these actually kind of annoys me. So the Physicians Formula Pink Blush, it's the Happy Booster Blush. These are products from Physicians Formula that claim to like boost your happiness. Like they have some sort of ingredient that, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I need extra, but it's a beautiful pink blush. This was in my favorites when I just started my YouTube channel like forever ago. Really pretty product. It's very easy to use. It's a really happy pink. It kind of annoys me with how chubby it is. So for that alone, I don't reach for it. And when you don't reach for something, you don't use it. And then the other one is from Smashbox, and this is a Fusion Soft Lights limited edition in rose gold. I got this at a CCO. It's as beautiful as it looks. It's as stunning as it looks. It totally matches my eye look today. I'm wearing Urban Decay's Naked 3. Urban Decay Naked 3. I always want to say skin because they put skin on everything now. It's the Smashbox Rose Gold. Totally matches my eye look. I should have used it, but again, I just don't think about it, so bye. Okay, then we're gonna reach for these guys here. That's a cream blush, so we're just gonna leave it alone. Too Faced Papa Don't Peach, one of my favorites. I love this guy. You could tell it doesn't even have the embossing on it anymore. The Too Faced Perfect Flush Blush in Sparkling Bellini. This is another one of my favorites, although it does have a little bit of glitter in there, and it does show up on the skin. So if you're not a fan of glitter, you might not like this. I actually bought this for Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty, one of my favorites. This is the newest to the collection. I think there were 2 or 3 previous. Then they just added this year or the year before. Then I have my Benefit Box Blush collection. These are the ones that I use. California, Rockateur, Bella Bamba, Dallas, and Dandelion. I think this is the one that I use the least, but it's still a product that I use. It's just such a beautiful pink shade. I like it on days where I'm not even wearing like a base on my face. So we're gonna keep all of these. Actually, Dallas is a confusing product for a lot of people because you see it and it has sort of like a, I don't know, brownish purpleness to it. And so a lot of people feel intimidated by it or don't really reach for it or see it at the store and think it's ugly. I think it's actually a really beautiful blush. And on days that I use it as a blush, I also use it as an eyeshadow. It's kind of like a monochromatic look that I come up with, and I just throw it on as blush and I throw it on as an eyeshadow. I start at the base of my lashes and I just blend my way up and kind of do a diffuse look, and it's really, really pretty. So that is it for this little section right here. And then all we have to do is go through these MAC blushes, and I don't think that'll take us a very long time. All right, so let's get into this. Very first one is Hypness from MAC. And this is from the Wash and Dry collection, I believe is what it was called. Clearly, I'm keeping this alone for packaging. No, I'm just kidding. The The color itself is actually really beautiful. This is one of my favorites. This is Cream Soda from the Archie's Girls collection. This reminds me of Immortal Flower. Obviously, I'm keeping all of the ones that look just like Immortal Flower in case something happens to it. This is Whole Lotta Love, a really intense but really beautiful pink shade. I don't use it as much as I would like because, again, no self-control, but I like it. A lot of these MAC blushes, I just can't seem to get rid of them for some reason. Like, I just remember them and like them so much, even though I don't actually use them. I can't let them go. This is from the Sharon Osbourne and the daughter Kelly Osbourne collection. This is Peaches and Cream. It's actually not peach at all. It's actually a really beautiful pink blush. Then we have the famous Immortal Flower that I can't stop talking about. This is one of the best gifts my mom has ever given me. One of my favorite blushes of all time. But like I told you guys, it looks so similar to Cream Soda from the Archie's Girl collection, right? Look at that, super similar. But who's counting, right? Then I have Melba. Melba is a holy grail popular blush that everyone uses, and I actually only like this. I only like to use this when I have a tan, aka right now. Other than that, it's way too dark on me because I just can't control myself. One of my very first MAC purchases was Blush Baby. If you guys are looking for an everyday pink, this is the way to go. It's the best pink blush ever. I mean, besides Rimmel Santa Rose, which I talked about 4 hours ago when it was still daytime outside. Then I have Stay Pretty, and I don't remember why, how, like I don't remember the story behind this blush. Usually most MAC blushes, I can tell you, oh, that was recommended by X person. Oh, my mom gave me that. Oh, Sam told me I needed that. You know, most MAC blushes, I can tell you exactly why I have them. This one, I don't remember, and it's a pro longwear blush, so there had to be a good reason for it. It does look a little bit like Blush Baby though, right? Okay, maybe not so much. Never mind. Let's just rewind. Cut that part out. Cut that part out, you guys. Did I get rid of anything? I don't think so. I think this is just turning into like a brag about your MAC blush collection because I'm not sure I'm gonna get rid of many of these things. This is Seduced at Sea. You could tell I use this little guy a lot. It actually reminds me a little bit of Rockateur. It's a little bit more mauve as opposed to Rockateur, which is more pink. This is the Kelly one that I was telling you guys about. It's called Cheeky Bugger. Really pretty, pale, peachy pink. This is Peony Petal. This color is one of those very, very cool tone pinks like that Bobbi Brown I was telling you about that I think looks good on me, but it actually doesn't. So we are actually gonna pass on that one. Then I have Breath of Plum. This is actually a favorite of who? Who was telling me that someone made me get this blush. Like someone was like, oh my God, you need that blush in your life. It looks like a bruise on my face. It looks like a full-on bruise on my face. Then, what is this? Oh, Sunbask. I love Sunbask. Sunbask reminds me of Papa Don't Peach from Too Faced. It's kind of similar, kind of not. I like it. I love it. I use it a lot. Then there's Floor Power. This is a very interesting blush because it's very inconspicuous. You look at it and there's nothing special about it. But every single time I wear it in a video, I get asked a million times, what blush are you wearing? What blush are you wearing? So it's gonna be Floor Power. If you're ever wondering, it's Floor Power. Not to mention that I always list it in the description box of all my videos, whatever I'm wearing on my face. Then we have a couple of these big ones, and let's be honest, I'm keeping these strictly because they're pretty. This is the Other Earthly Mineralized Skin Finish. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. Like, full disclosure, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. Why did I get it? Obviously because it's cute, but yeah, I don't know, you guys. And then this one is called Flatter Me from the Archie's Girls collection, and it's a Pearl Matte Face Powder. I use these as blushes. All their Pearl Matte face powders, they come in these like big compacts. I just use them as blushes and I really like them. You could tell I love this for a very long time, but I had to stop using it in my videos because everyone was like, what are you wearing? It's so beautiful. And I'd be like, it's limited edition. You can't find it. So I didn't think it was fair, you know, to keep wearing it. But I don't wear makeup every day unless I'm filming and then I have somewhere to go is when I wear makeup. So like Monday through Thursday, naked face. So it wasn't like, it's not like I have very many opportunities to use it anymore. Then we have more MAC products with a couple of 100% pure mixed in there. I actually just hauled this product from Ulta. I really, really like it. It's called Cheeky Bits. It's really pretty. I totally used it, totally loved it. This is Sakura, and it was a limited edition MAC product that I found at a CCO. It's so pretty, but it looks like a full-on bruise on my face. I'm just keeping it because it's cute. This is Petal Power and Dainty. If you guys like the mineralized blushes, you need Petal Power. I don't know why it's such a tongue twister. You need Petal Power, which is this one, and then Dainty. Dainty is one of those blushes that if you have like a daughter or a cousin or you yourself are just getting into makeup and you want a friendly blush that you could just like stab it with your brush and just go ham on your cheeks and it's not gonna make you look ridiculous like Bozo the Clown status, this is the one. This is the way to go. So Dainty from MAC is the way to go. And this actually, you could see it's a little used up. I'm kind of proud of myself. This one here is really pretty. It kind of is reminiscent of like a NARS Orgasm, except it's a smooth satiny finish as opposed to like chunky glitter, like Orgasm. Okay, it's not so chunky, but a little chunky. Then this product, my mom actually bought me this beauty powder from MAC. It's called Sunny Surprise. I think it's limited edition, but the reason she got it for me was because she said it was a perfect dupe for Immortal Flower, which she knows is my favorite. So yeah, it's pretty close actually, and it's kind of big. So she was like, you're never gonna run out. I'm like, I like the way you think, amiga. Then I have two fruit pigmented blushes from 100% Pure. I purchased these to do a review on this green beauty brand, which I'm a total fan of. I got these shades Pretty Naked and Healthy. Let me show you guys. So Pretty Naked is this one and Healthy is this one. They are stunning, 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 beautiful, all natural products. They're pigmented with fruit. They are green products, so they're not full of harmful chemicals or toxins. Huge fan. In fact, there's no embossing on this one anymore since I use it so much. But these expire very quickly. I just don't know how to tell when they've expired. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, once you open it, it expires in 6 months. But I'm like, how do you know? Because it's not like they were sealed. So could they already be expired? I don't know, honestly. It's hard to tell. It doesn't smell or anything. It doesn't change the composition because it's a powder. So I guess we're gonna have to put our life at risk. But I like them both, so I want to keep them both. So I don't know if we were very successful at this declutter, but I feel pretty successful. All right, you guys, so I officially did it. I decluttered my blush collection. I hope you're proud of yourselves for shaming me into doing this 4-hour video. We've officially gone through our entire blush collection and decluttered it successfully, I feel. I'm not getting rid of that many, am I? Let me show you. So here are the 3 cubbies where we had our blushes, and we're practically keeping all of the MAC. We're keeping all the box blushes from Benefit. Completely emptied this out, but I didn't put anything back because I want to organize it. So let me show you guys over here. So this is keeping. This is a keeping pile right here. This here is also a keeping pile. Look, there's the evidence of my coffee. There's a keeping pile, and then all of this here is what we are getting rid of. So all of these have been friendly used, friendly used, barely used, loving used. What's that expression? Barely used? I don't know. And then these over here, like this section, they're all brand new, never been touched. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with these, but I definitely have to find a home for them. Anyway, so that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know what else there is left to do in this whole decluttering series that has taken me all year long, but if you guys have a particular interest in seeing something like lip glosses or lipsticks or something, let me know in the comment section below. I will also leave a link to my decluttering series. I think I have 2 on my channel already. If you guys really like to get some sick enjoyment of seeing me get rid of some of my favorite products, then it'll be there. No, I'm just kidding. I really do love that you guys have not forgotten about my love for blush and about my hesitation towards decluttering, but I do feel a little bit happier, a little bit lighter, and a little bit more cleansed that I've gotten, that I've actually sat down to go through it, you know, because if you don't actually go through and open things and swatch them, how do you really know? You don't. And then you can remember when the last time you used them was. Anyway, you know what to do. If you found this video useful, entertaining, or learned something, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this coffee break is over. Bye guys!